Yo, hello everyone, this is Stryks, bringing you something a little different. Now, this is a video I've been wanting to make for a while now, but only now have I actually gotten the chance to actually do it. That's right, I'm going to talk about Metroid Prime Federation Force. You know, that title, the one where the world itself decided to join forces to dislike the hell out of the announcement trailer. Yeah, that game. It's been a long time since I've seen something so badly received by, oh yeah, that happened. That just came out. Damn, okay. I guess that wasn't that long ago. Yeah. Alright, so let's go back to E3 2015. Nintendo's Direct was about to start, yet we got confirmation just a few days before that Zelda Wii U will not be shown. Off to a great start. Nintendo started their press conference revealing a few games, going into detail for their other previously announced games, and spent around 5 minutes of their 40-minute Direct talking about Yoshi's new Yarn amiibo. Why? Seriously, why would you do that? But among all of the titles revealed, no game left me so emotionally confused as the reveal of Metroid Prime Federation Force. I say this because Metroid is my favorite video game series of all time. More than Zelda, more than Mario, it's Metroid. And my favorite games in that series? The Metroid Prime trilogy. I could make an entire video on why I think the Prime trilogy is quite possibly the greatest trilogy in gaming. But let's face it, that's not why you're here. You're here to see if I can defend this apparent spawn of Satan, hence the title. Going back to the reveal of the game, I was pretty confused. I mean, I basically went from like, oh my god, a new Metroid, oh my god, it's a new Metroid Prime! Wait, why is it on the 3DS? Where's Samus? Why does it look so chibi? Blast Ball, what? To say that the reaction for the game was negative is an understatement, and I understand why. This doesn't look like a Metroid game. The art style simply doesn't fit with what the series has been known for, there's no Samus in sight, and it just visually didn't look good at all. I was among the many people lifting their pitchforks and torches. I was against this game and was upset that this was the first Metroid game that we'd gotten in years. And that there is the problem. Metroid Prime came out in 2002, Metroid Prime 2 Echoes came out in 2004, and Metroid Prime 3 Corruption came out in 2007. Prime 3 was supposed to be the end of the Prime saga, and we were left without knowing how long it would take until we get another Metroid title. Thankfully, or rather unfortunately, the next game only took 3 years to come out, Metroid Other M, and we know how that turned out. Other M was a big gamble by Nintendo. They partnered with Team Ninja of the Ninja Gaiden fame and, well, that, to bring us the next entry in the series. It was no longer a first-person perspective, which we have become used to thanks to the Prime games, and was very narrative-heavy, including a full dialogue-speaking Samus. Dialogue which consists mostly on
the baby.
The game was not received well by fans and critics alike, be it the gameplay, the nonsensical story, or the portrayal of Samus herself. It was a gamble that didn't pay off, especially when Nintendo expected to sell millions of copies and fell short of 1 million total. What would happen to the series was uncertain at this point, and for a long time we were left without a new Metroid game. And then E3 2015 happened. You would think we would be happy for a new Metroid title, but we really weren't. Why? This is the first Metroid game in 5 years since Other M, and the first Prime title since 2007's Prime 3. And the problem? It's a spin-off title. It's not a true Metroid game. It's a 4-player co-op, chibi-style, mission-based game where you don't play as Samus. If you could ever describe the exact opposite of what a Metroid title is, that would be it. The problem here is that we were left without any Metroid games for years, and the first one we got is in such a long time isn't even a traditional Metroid/Metroid Prime title. And the fact that it was also being promoted as a 2-in-1 game with the inclusion of Blast Ball of all things didn't help the title's reveal at all. The fans made it clear that they were not happy with the direction of this game, and well, I was one of them. I didn't want to support this game. This was not the Metroid I've been patiently waiting for 5 years. 6 by the time this game is released. Hell, I was so bummed out that my friends took me to see Jurassic World to cheer me up. That's how much I loved Metroid and how much I disliked Federation Force. But then something happened. In Nintendo's latest Direct, they showed off a slightly more polished look for Federation Force, with Tanabe-san, the producer of the original Prime trilogy, talking about the game and its development cycle. Tanabe-san explained that what he wanted to do for 10 years now is to expand the universe of Metroid instead of just having this vast world only be explored through the actions and eyes of one character, Samus. This intrigued me because even at one point I wondered why Nintendo didn't do a Halo-ish type game using the Galactic Federation during Halo's heightened popularity in the 2000s. Of course, because they're Nintendo and that's not how they roll. So seeing a game where you play as a Federation, fighting the threats of the space pirates, exploring different worlds and everything is something I legit want to see. Once they explained the mechanics of the game as well, it looked like a fun game. Plus the basic elements like targeting, shooting, dodging, all of that is almost exactly like the Prime game, so I know I'm going to like it. Tanabe-san basically wants to expand the world of Metroid in a way that the Avengers has done for Marvel. That's actually what he said in an interview, basically tying in elements of past games with characters like Psylocke, who appears in Prime Hunters and was confirmed that he was the one piloting the ship at the end of Prime 3. This is where my opinion changed on Federation Force. Why? Because this is basically confirming that a Prime 4 is in development. Now hear me out. Tanabe wants to expand the world of Metroid. When someone says that they want to expand the world of whatever series, they don't usually mean with one more entry. That usually means they have stuff planned beyond that next entry. Tanabe-san also said he would like to make a game that revolves around Samus and Psylocke at one point, meaning that while Psylocke may have a role in Federation Force, it seems like they have more planned for him beyond that one game. We also haven't heard anything from Retro Studios in quite a while. They're the people that created the Prime trilogy, so it's totally possible that they're working on Prime 4. Miyamoto said in an interview a few years ago that Retro is a very high priority in terms of the potential team that will be considered for working on a Metroid game. However, the most interesting part is the title itself, Metroid Prime Federation Force. Like I mentioned earlier, the Prime saga was supposed to end with Prime 3, and before Other M was revealed, Sakamoto, co-creator of Metroid and the director of Other M, said that the Prime games are in their own separate universe since their story would interfere with his vision of Other M. And that quote alone is the reason why I think Prime 4 is coming, because they brought back the Prime title. The Prime series is continuing and obviously tying in with Other M, considering they now use the Galactic Federation logo from that game. Because of all of this, I am now going to support Federation Force, not just because the mechanics in the game look more interesting now with some actual insight on it, but because it's clearly a stepping stone for future Prime titles. If Tanabe-san's quote of wanting to expand the world a la Marvel is true, I'm positive that this game will somehow tie in with Prime 4 whenever that happens. I still have some issues with the game, the art style mostly since it really doesn't look like a Metroid game, and the way they handled the reveal was poorly done in my opinion. Now imagine if they would have waited for E3 2016. All eyes are on Nintendo waiting for information on the NX and Zelda Wii U, then bam, they reveal Metroid Prime 4 for the NX. Then Reggie takes over and says, by the way, to cleanse that appetite you have for Prime 4, we have this for you. They then reveal Metroid Prime Federation Force for the first time, keeping the Metroid hype train going. And then Reggie finishes off saying, oh yeah, Federation Force is out after the Direct. People would have lost their minds, and because this Direct would have record amount of viewership because of the NX and Zelda Wii U news, the game would have sold a lot more copies. The only downside would be that they had to shelve the game for a few months, but it would have been totally doable. And that's the thing, because Prime 4 was just announced, they know a traditional Prime game is coming, so fans won't be upset over a spin-off title. But because they only revealed Federation Force last year with no traditional Metroid in sight, plus this being the first Metroid in 5+ years, people obviously got upset. This doesn't happen with Mario or even Zelda, because the fans know a traditional game is always in the works, so we just get the spin-off games in the meantime, with sport games for Mario and games like Hyrule Warriors for Zelda. As for the backlash on the art style and the gameplay, I get it, but it's growing on me. There's two similar games that come to mind that had similar backlash. When it was first revealed, people hated the Wind Waker, myself included, just because of the art style. We thought it didn't fit Zelda at all, even though Zelda had a pretty cartoony style in the beginning. Wind Waker eventually became one of the most beloved Zelda games and won over the hearts of the fans, including myself. So while Metroid has never had a cartoony art style that would justify Federation Forces, it may become the new art style for portable Metroid games. Kind of how the Wind Waker style became the art style of most of the portable Zelda games. The other game that reminds me of the Federation Force controversy is a classic game that had a huge shift in gameplay once it hit the third dimension. There was a huge backlash and people thought it was going to ruin everything that made the series great beforehand. Which game am I talking about? Metroid Prime! A lot of us were young when it happened or didn't have internet way back then, but there was a big backlash once it was revealed that Prime was going to go in the first person view. People thought, oh, it's going to be another shooter, this isn't Metroid, blah blah blah. And what happened? The game was a huge hit and spawned an amazing trilogy and a spin-off. So while Federation Force is not your traditional Prime game, if it can be a stepping stone for a new Prime saga, but also a new type of series beyond the main Metroid titles, I'm all for it. I say, give it a chance. Who knows, it could be another classic in the making. Most of the footage of Federation Force seen in this video comes from GameXplain. Go ahead and check them out. I really want to thank them for allowing me to use their footage. Thanks a lot, guys. So yeah, that's my whole opinion on Federation Force. I hope you guys liked this video. Go ahead and give it a like if you really liked the video. Share it. Comment your opinion on the matter. Sure. So yeah, thank you very much for watching. If you guys really like the Metroidvania style games, you guys should really check this playlist of the game called Guacamelee. It's very Metroidvania inspired. It even has some Metroid references in there, so you guys should totally check that out. And well, yeah, thank you very much for watching, and you guys have a beautiful day. See ya.